Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Rob does a really good job with the presentation. I am more by the flight of my pants kind of girl. Um, the NAACP is a long organization. We've been here for years and years and years. Most oftentimes, when you think of NAACP, you think of black people, right? Mm-hmm. How many people have ever when you hear the name NAACP, how many think of black people, right? Well, we represent everybody. We fight for everybody's rights. We do civil rights work. And civil rights is the right of everyone. So it's not limited just for the rights of black people. We take on the issues of Hispanic to include the immigration laws, equal opportunity, workplace, and that returning to work from being incarcerated, we deal with those, and not just black people are incarcerated. Everybody happens to cross that threshold. We also deal with the issues that are going on in the school system. Right now, we're working with Muskogee County to go into the school system to work on some of the alternative school issues. The other thing that we do is LGBT. In the last few years, the national organization has decided that we should have a liaison, a committee, a part of the organization as a whole. And so our branch here locally, the Columbus branch, our current president is Townsend Thomas. She has made that her mission. She appointed me last year as the liaison for the LGBT community. Before that, I was with CB Pride, which was our local LGBT community center. I had been with the NAACP for years and years before that. But one of the things that we found is that if we don't deal with the cross-sectional issues, intersectional issues, the things that cross and affect all of us, then no one will win. And the way we do this is coming together for forums like this. So one of the things that we want to do is raise awareness. Raise awareness of the inequalities in our school system, because we do not, and inequalities in our residents and in our neighborhoods, because we do not have any police liaisons. So that when the police officers come to your home and you are a same-sex couple, you can feel secure that they understand you and they will respect you. But we have a lot of times where a police officer will come to our home and we don't feel comfortable. We will say we're sisters or brothers or best friends. We know that we are partners. And then because of that issue, a lot of times police officers will approach us differently. And don't think that rape or violence happens in same-gender relationships, but they do. Women can be just as violent to each other as men can be to a woman. And those things need to be brought to the forefront. We no longer need to be scared and living in our homes. As Mr. Rob Woods had said, the equality index says that Columbus needs to do more to improve the quality of our lives here in Columbus. That includes to have a city government that is respectful of our issues and that listens to our issues. And that is something that the NAACP is making sure that they do. So we have been sitting down and talking to the mayor, talking about things that we can do to make sure that we are represented in the government, in our city council, in our school board, in all our local businesses and companies. To include, our money spends just as well as anybody else's money. Do you not spend money in the city? Okay. So then we should be represented in every aspect of our city, but we're not. We're oftentimes we're the last ones, or even if we are considered. I've been gay most of my life that I can think of. And one thing that I have, that when I moved to Columbus, one thing that I did not feel comfortable was expressing that. That includes to be on Fort Benning. So we have made partnerships with Fort Benning and working with Fort Benning to make sure that we are respected on posts, that the soldiers were respected on posts, and that they can have equal opportunity on posts to get promoted and housing and all those other things. So it's not just an issue for blacks. It's not just an issue for low-income people or Hispanics or any other minority group. It's an issue for all of us. Equality belongs to everyone. It is not just because you have enough money or you have the balls, excuse my language, to speak your mind. I don't have any, but I speak my mind all the time. Right. So you have to always speak your mind. And we as the NAACP wants to make sure that you can speak your mind. So when our president was arrested for blocking the streets because she wanted to speak her mind. And that's that's what we push for. That's what our meeting's about. I'm establishing our LGBT committee with the NAACP, so I'll be taking memberships and getting members together so that we can do more work with Rob Woods and Colgate Pride. We'll also be sponsoring the Pride this year, so you will see the NAACP doing more in our community, the LGBT community, because I will be there. All right. And thank you very much. I'll keep it short.
Hey.
Thank you for all your hard work in our community. I'm grateful for everything that you do. Our next speaker, I want to call to the stage, will be Harry Underwood. Come on, buddy. He is Harry is dynamic. You'll see him at all the political events and everything else out there. I mean, he is wonderful, and he's a great friend, and if you need a website, this is the man, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, Harry Underwood.
Okay.
Hi, everybody. And my name is Harry Underwood. I write a blog called Pink Peach News. I work in various aspects, including the NAACP Communications Chair for Columbus, Georgia.